I wasn't sure if I wanted to, but I decided to anyway. Just gonna put the food on. Let's see, how do you cook the damn thing? 220. Okay, fair enough. Bake. Gosh, it is a really. So do I keep it in the tin? I'm assuming I can put it in just in the tin. Be nice if it told you, but it doesn't. Well, it just says follow. Alright, remove lid using a robust can opener. Please placed opened can. Alright, okay. So I just placed the open can. Let's see if I can find the bloody things. Where are they? Or did I put them out already? Because sometimes I do things automatic without realising. Oh, there it is. Not sure it's a robust can opener, but it's the best one we've had yet. Because they've all been crap. But yeah, it takes a while, this pie, so it's a good thing to get it on the go. Oh god, this is hard. Break your thumb off on it, sort of thing. I don't even think it's not even doing anything. Thank god. It's not even doing anything. It's not even doing... Yeah, it's really just ain't doing anything. Good. I'm gonna get my mum to do it. I ain't happy about this, but I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna show you my flufferpuffers. Flufferpuffers. Oh, I don't want to get roped into chatting because I know that's what my mum will do. I'm very chatty mood today, so. Gives mommy a fluffy leash. Oh, so cute.
Hello?
Hello, mama.
Yes?
Show my art and shit. New pads. Oh no. So I've drawn a couple of new things since the last stream. I'll show you my outfit a little bit before. So that's what I'm wearing today. Okay. I didn't know how to title it really. Oh shit. But I actually mainly want to talk about Quora and Yahoo Answers. Remember those places? Remember Yahoo Answers, I mean. Yeah, it's just like a nostalgia thing really, but I want to talk about all the, not just websites, but applications and just things to do with the computer that they used to have, but I've now got rid of in recent years. And I find it a shame because I used to love those things like MSN Messenger and Yahoo Answers and a website to do with, oh shit, to do with Yahoo called Yahooligans, which was like Yahoo for kids, like had games on it and stuff. And I think it's just like a shame that they got rid of it. Some of the things I used to go on, like Neopets and stuff, is still around. And Maripets, and that's even been advertised lately on YouTube. So I'm glad about that. I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, mainly I'm talking about Yahoo Answers in this video. Don't worry, I'm talking about other things as well, other than this stuff. And I'll show you my cute art and everything, because I've done a couple of new ones. And I'm going to tell you about my new strategy of drawing, so it's easier to show you guys when I'm doing this, when I'm showing you the art and stuff. Because the way I've been doing it beforehand has been really awkward. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about how, whatever stupid reason, Maybe I could even ask on Quora why did they get rid of Yahoo Answers, because it was like miles better in a way. So the reason why Yahoo Answers is better than Quora is because, well, it's you can put details about your question. So you put the main question line and then you put details. And I'll give you a good example of how sometimes you do need details in your question. Sometimes the actual question isn't enough. Sometimes you have to explain something like the situation. Like, right, this is what's happening, and, to make it obvious to the answerer. Because I've asked many a question on Quora, and because I've not been able to add a description to my question, I've gotten answers that are just not. I'm like, oh, I realise the person has misunderstood my question and answered it not right, not well accordingly. So one thing that I asked on Quora was, so you remember when I added those videos of those idiots who were just inappropriate and shit? You remember the inappropriate conversations I had and how I screen recorded them and I put them on on YouTube, and then the people found them and started, going on about how they were going to take me to court and all this shit. And at the time it was so stressful and annoying, and I thought I would like to know my rights. So I thought, I wanted to get information as to whether it really was bad or it really was, illegal, and these people really could take me to court for me screen recording a conversation and putting it on YouTube. Because I've seen people do it before. There's like a whole website devoted to it called a Reddit subcategory, like r/creepy PMs, r/nice guys, and people literally take screenshots of conversations and then send them to this. And then even a guy, there's a few YouTubers who read them out and show the conversations again openly. But I just decided to ask on Quora just to make sure. And I didn't know how to word it, but the way I worded it made it sound like I had a conversation with a friend. I think I asked something like, is it illegal to record a conversation that you had with somebody and then post it online? So it made it, I think the person thought I was just recording a random person talking to me or a friend of mine and then posting it online without their permission. Like voice recording it, someone in real life, and then see it online. There was no, I mean, I couldn't add a detail that, oh, this is the situation. It was a creepy person online, and I screen recorded it and then put it on YouTube. I couldn't add that detail. So that's the, example. It's a stampede again. Don't know whether you can hear that. It's actually quite muffled, but you can hear it. Hello. Somebody's finally come on my stream. That took an age, didn't it? It does these days. See, why is it so muffled in here, but in my bedroom it sounds like, ugh. It sounds like someone dropping some really heavy paperweight thing around. You're just tossing it around. Can you hear it? That's unusual. They're doing it above this room instead of my bedroom. I don't even know why they're in the loft. It's not even bad weather. Like, I understand them sheltering from bad weather in winter by being in the loft, but in this weather, I don't understand why they're in the loft. They spend so much time in there as well. It's not like they just go in there in the day, and sometimes even at night when I'm trying to sleep. Like the early hours of the morning, they'll start doing their stampede noises, which disturbs me. It's really annoying. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the reason why I don't like Quora, is because you can't add details. And it's such a shame because, like I say, you do have to give people more information with certain questions. One question that I tried to ask. I don't even think I can explain it really. But I suppose I'm trying to get like a better understanding as to why my life is going the way it's going. And basically the question, if I was able to put it in more detail, is something like, well, I'm not where I want to be, like at this point in my life. Why is that? Sort of thing. But a specific thing, it wasn't like a general thing like that. It was a specific thing. Why is this happening? Like when other people, find it so easy to do blah, blah, blah. Or this blah, 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 this thing comes like easy to other people, but not to me. So I asked, like, oh, is it because I'm, like, do you have to be like dead accomplished in order to get this thing? And they took me literally like, oh, I couldn't get this thing unless I was accomplished or something. Like, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like, ugh. Right. So I watched this video a while ago, and it was of this woman. She's like one of these like spiritual people, and she believes in like the chakras and all that stuff, and she was explaining it, and she said like if one of your chakras is empty or lacking, it's not full, it's like half full or empty, then it's draining whatever it is that makes it full from another chakra above it, and so your chakras are like, they're all, there's no chakras above that one to drip down and fill that one. But if any of your chakras is empty or not full, I don't know, you don't get very well, get very far in life or something. So it's like that sort of thing. So in order for chakras to be full, you have to be accomplished in some way or another, like whether it's by financially or some other way. So that's what I meant. Oh, of course you can't put that sort of detail in a Quora thing, Quora thing. So I just like put, am I not getting this thing I want because I'm not accomplished, or not accomplished enough or something? And people are just like, answering the questions, saying, oh, so that's what you think it takes for to get this thing, you have to be accomplished or something. Like they took me literally. Like I don't mean that. It's like, relationship stuff it was talking about, this particular video. And they said if your chakras are not full, then you're not going to attract like people, like for a relationship. It's mainly to do with finances, really. So it said like if you don't have savings, at least, like you don't have to be rich, but if you don't have savings, apparently your chakra is like empty or something. A specific chakra called a chakral chakra or something. Apparently that's your like power of attraction chakra. So if that one's empty, then you're so mine must be fucking empty then. Mine must be fucking empty because I can't attract jack shit. Like, technically I think I should be able to, because I think, and I've been told this, so I'm not like just tooting my own horn or anything, but I've been told I'm good looking, so, and I've seen, like, even Mole Woman had a boyfriend. I don't know if she does now, I've not seen her with anyone, but last time I looked, like a while ago, I always used to see her with some guy, and I'm thinking, whoa, if that can attract a man, then this shit should surely be able to attract somebody, like, I'm definitely better looking than her. So if she's watching this, then, it's like, dude, if people like that can attract someone, then shit, this can't it? This person, this person can. It's like so stupid. But yeah, that's just an example of why Quora is shit compared to Yahoo Answers. If I was talking on Yahoo Answers, I could put in the description exactly what I'm talking about. Or accomplished in other ways. Your chakras will be empty or half full. I wonder how you know that? Like, how do you know if your chakras are empty? I wouldn't even know how you knew that. Like, how would you find out? Hmm. Mine definitely must not be aligned properly. So otherwise I'd be getting everything that I want in life, wouldn't I? So if they were full, I'm assuming. So yeah, so if everything is all as it should be, so you're doing what you should be doing, and when I say accomplished, I just mean like, so you have savings and you have whatever else it takes for your chakras to be full. Maybe that's what I should ask on Quora, because that's a simple question, isn't it? So I have to be really careful what I ask on. I have to actually, be very specific with my questions and learn how to try and word them in a way that makes sense and it's asking everything that I want to ask. Whereas you don't have to do that with Yahoo Answers. You can just, like I say, do a general question and then describe the question more thoroughly. And it's just a lot easier. But now there's certain questions I suppose I wouldn't ask because they would be too complicated to just be able to put as a general question. So maybe a question I should ask is, like, how the fuck do you know if your chakras are empty? How do you find out? Like, do you have to go to a medium? I suppose you have to go to, like, a psychic or some shit to find that out. But, like, I couldn't afford to do that, so I'd have to do it online because I don't know any in real life. I wouldn't know how you find this stuff out. Like, I don't know anything. I literally don't know anything because, well, I've just never been privy to this information. Just like with other informations, not privy to it. It's like other people will be like, they'll tell me something, and I'll be like, whoa, how did you get that? Or how did you do that? Or how did you find that out? Because it's not information I'm privy to, and I've had to hear it from that person. So it's like, how did that person know? Well, that person will tell me that they heard it from another person who just happened to know. I asked my grandma stuff like that, I used to say, Grandma, how do you know this and that and the other? And she would ask her saying, oh, I read it in a book. I read about, I think it was that anyway. And she was like, oh, they read books about it, I guess. I don't know. Like, yeah. Anyway, so I guess the only way I'm getting my information is like asking questions on Quora. I suppose it's a simple question for Google as well. Like I could type that into Google, couldn't I? Although I've noticed you can't really type in questions. So I have tried typing in questions, into, search engines, and it just comes up with certain keywords. It doesn't really answer the question. It just comes up with keywords of what you've searched for and just related to the keywords you've typed in rather than actually coming up with an answer. Okay, so there's that one. So yeah, I definitely wish that they could either bring Yahoo Answers back or they could just make Quora better so you can put like more detail. They could give you the option to do that, to put a description. And then of course we have MSN Messenger. So MSN Messenger was the best because, well, it just looked cooler. It was easier to use, and also it was compatible with other messengers. So it didn't matter what messenger you had, you could still use it. So if your friends had a different messenger, they could still add you and chat to you on that. So they'd be using Yahoo Messenger or AOL Messenger or whatever, and you'd be using MSN Messenger, and so on and so forth. But now there's all these new messengers and chatting apps like WhatsApp and Kik and Snapchat and Facebook Messenger, and there's probably others too that I either can't remember or haven't heard of yet. Oh yeah, Telegram. Telegram's another one. Telegram is the most like most similar to the messengers of the past, I guess. So these are the ones that you have now, and they're not all compatible with each other. So if you had a certain messenger and all your friends or new people that you met that you wanted to get their contact details for so you could chat to them, they might all have different messengers. So practical or logical. What's more logical is having just one chatting app or messenger and it being compatible with all the others. So the way it was before was actually more progressive than it is now with all these new things. With all these new things, none of them are compatible with each other. So you literally, for all the people who have different messages that you are in contact with, you have to have every single messenger just so that you can chat to all of these people. You know, because these people are all like, oh, you know, like, so they say, oh, what's your contact details, like what messenger things you have, and you say, oh, I have this, and they go, oh, I don't have that. So you end up having to get it just so that you can talk to that person. It's stupid. Whereas if you had just one that was compatible with all the others, that would be a lot better. Just like it was in the past. But no, logic doesn't reign. I don't know whether it's just this particular era or just humans as a whole, but I don't really find that logic really reigns very much. So, like I say, other people's logic is taking something that was brilliant, like Yahoo Answers, where you could put a description, so you could describe your question more, so people could be more accurate with their answers. So I'd say that that was really great. But they get rid of that, the really great thing, and they replace it with something that's mediocre, that has one of the features that made it very convenient taken away, enabled you to describe your question better, so you could get better answers. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me. And then we go from, you know, messengers that were compatible with all other messengers. You know, we get rid of those and we replace them with messengers where you have to have every single one to chat to different people instead of just having one that's compatible with all. Actually, even easier would be if there was just one messenger that everybody was just on and everybody just used the one messenger. But it had all the features of each different one that we have now. So like I say, WhatsApp and Snapchat and Kik and Messenger and whatever others we have, just take the features from all of them, combine it into one app, and just have the one, and everybody has that one app. I don't really get WhatsApp. That's basically text messaging, so where you have to give them your number, and it's just text messaging, and it takes up a lot of space on your phone because every time they send you a picture or you send them one, it saves it to your phone. So it's all clogging up the space on your phone. So you have to keep looking at your gallery and deleting the pictures. And if you're in group chats, that's even worse because sometimes you don't, if you're not checking the group chat, you don't know that they're sending pictures. And the whole time that they are, it's just saving them to your phone. So when you really need space, you don't have space because it's clogged up with all the millions of pictures that people are sending in the group chats or whatever. And I don't like the fact that, you know, in order to exchange contact details, you have to give them your number. Like, I don't always want someone to have my number. So WhatsApp doesn't make any sense to me. Like, just adding a username makes more sense to me, or an email address, but not a phone number. So I'm thinking, oh, so for people who have WhatsApp, I have to have that, but then have another messenger for other people who I don't want them to know my number, and it's just I just stick with Facebook Messenger. I don't have all the other things. I have had all the other things at one point or other, but I don't anymore. Snapchat I find is rubbish because they send you a message and then it just disappears after a while, so you don't see a chat log. So I don't like that. I don't like the fact that the messages just disappear after a while. So if you forget the conversation, you know, you can't go scroll up and read it to remind yourself, you know, of what you've talked about in you know, the past. Because I you know, when I talk to people, I sometimes forget certain people. So I scroll up to the other messages to see what we've talked about previous, to see if it can jog my memory as to what we were talking about before and who they are. You know, that's very useful. So if the messages just disappear after a couple of messages, then yeah, that's not useful to me at all. The only thing I liked about it was the filters, really. About Snapchat. I like the filters, and I made loads of videos with the filters, and I did have a lot of fun with that, but that kind of gets old after a while. So basically I was using it more for the filters and making the videos of me filtered, you know, the voices as well as the face filters, more than I was actually using it for a chatting thing. Virtually nobody chatted on it anyway, so. Everyone raves about Telegram as well, but I don't get that one either. Those two seem to be the most popular. Snapchat and... a lot of people raved about how they got the majority of their commissions via Telegram. I'm like, oh, I had Telegram for a while. I used it for a while. All I got was shit on that, actually. I got this guy. I was a member of this group, you know, a furry art group, and you know, I guess I joined it, and the guy, I guess, who edited the group. This is so stupid, but the guy who edited the group offered anyone, because it was clear that he was very popular and his groups were very popular. So he gave like artists the chance to draw his persona in exchange for exposure. So if an artist drew the pictures of his persona, he would feature your links, the artist's links, you know, on his pages, because he has a lot of followers. And since doing that, I have learnt that people don't like to do that. There's quite a lot of them where people will message artists and say, oh, just, you know, draw my art and I will give you exposure because I've got all these followers. And apparently it's like not a good thing to do. Like most artists won't do that. They refuse to just do art for exposure. But I like the idiot, because this was my first time hearing about doing art for exposure. I like the idiot accepted. Well, I didn't accept because he didn't approach me. It's just that he offered this on the group, so I decided to just, you know, to try it out. That okay, well, any little help, so, you know, I'll draw his pictures for exposure. And all he expected was really just sketches. So I thought, oh, that's dead easy. I could just do a pencil sketch and he will put my links up. So I thought, oh yeah, it's a great deal. Me thinking this at the time, it's like, oh, it's not really, because I've, you know, since then I've heard. But yeah, that this considering he was basically having art for free, like him putting my links up is like nothing. So basically it's free. I'm doing art for him for free. And he treated me like abysmally. He was quite bossy and demanding, considering I'm doing him basically a favour, just so that he can add a few links of mine up. I'm not getting money for this. But he treated me like shit. But it was fine. I said that I was going to give him the art by Monday, but it was during winter, so I couldn't get a good picture of the art, you know, because I had to basically do it in the light, like on the windowsill or whatever, where it'd be light, and take the picture of it to give it to him. And I said, I can't do it now because it's dark, so I said I will do it by Monday, which I'm presuming was the next day. Anyway, he started getting nasty and funny with me because I didn't give him the art by Monday, but it was too dark to do it, and I told him that. I explained that, well, the reason why I haven't done it is because, well, I did kind of forget, and it was only by the time it got dark that I remembered to do it. And I said, I'm sorry, I forgot while it was light, but now it's dark, so I'm going to have to do it tomorrow instead, when it's light again. And he got like really nasty and horrible with me about that. And I'm like, dude, I'm doing this for free virtually. Ugh. And I've already done it, you know. So it's like, it's not like I could refuse to do it now, because I'd already sort of given it to him, even though it was like the crappy quality version. I've still like done it and I've still given it to him. So he's already had my time. And now he's refusing to put up my links. He's refusing to uphold his end of the bargain. So, you know, I was really pissed. So I had like a massive go at him. He was arguing with me about how, oh, you promised to do it on Monday and you didn't do it, and he was making that the excuse to have a go at me. Like, I didn't really promise to do it. I thought in my head I had like every intention of doing it by Monday. So I guess I was positive I was gonna do it, but it's like shit happens, and I tried to explain that stuff does happen, that sometimes makes it impossible for someone to do a thing. Life does happen. You have to take that into consideration and realize this. But oh well, whatever. He's an arse. But he decided to do it. Eventually, I got him to do it because I wasn't gonna give up. I kept having to go at him. I was like, "You have to do it now. I've already given you the art. I've already done it. You've got to do it. You've got to uphold your end of the deal now." Because even though you didn't get like a super high quality picture, I've still done the art, and I have still really given you the pictures, even though they're not great. So at first I thought he wasn't gonna do it, but then he decided to do it because I guess he realized he was being stupid and shit and horrible. So he did do it. But it's like I would never work with this person again. Never, never would I work for this person again, and never will I do art for free again. No. So I don't do free art anymore. I thought at the time it was a good idea to do art for free or for exposure at the time, but I decided I can't be bothered anymore. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Unless it's an art exchange, so they give me art as well. So I give them art, they give me art. But usually the people who are willing to do an art exchange or free art, they're like, art is crap. It seems like I'm the only one who actually does, decent art for free. But see, I think my art is too good to do it for free anyway. So I'm thinking, oh, my art is like really way high quality to be doing it for free. It's like the people who do it for free is like babyish level, I guess, isn't it? So I'm not doing that anymore. I only did it at the time because somebody said that they started out doing free art and it worked for them. Like that's how they ended up getting, like they started out doing it for free, then they sort of moved on to like doing really cheap ones, like for pennies. Like I've even offered art for like a small price, and it just doesn't work because then of course you've got the reverse psychology stuff as well. So if you're charging a small price for your art, even if it's, come on, as brilliant as this, if I charge a small amount for this, it's brilliant, yeah, like people think, oh well, it's obviously not very good then if you're charging a small price for it. So, I have to go, oh, that's £1 million. And they'll go, oh, yes, that means you're a really good artist. So, okay, I will pay that. But I'm not going to pay pennies for that because it's really good art. But if you're charging that little, then you must have shit art or something. Like even though they can see it's the same, it's like good quality, they think, oh, well, it's crap then because, you're charging a small price because of stupid, weird psychology that people have. But oh well. But yeah, I've tried charging small amounts. I've tried charging more bigger amounts, and it doesn't really work out that way. So see, this is what I am talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about things not happening. But earning money should be easy when you have a talent. And it's like if you don't have money, then other things don't come to you. But how are you supposed to earn money in the first place in order to gain this, like, savings that you're supposed to have in order for your other chakra to be full so that people will be attracted to you because you've got money, apparently? That's a screwy system, and no, it's so stupid. But if that's true, then how come poor people you know, like get into relationships then? Because according to this woman in the video, the spiritual woman person talking about chakras, you can't attract like a boyfriend or whatever unless you have savings, because when you have savings you're like not worried about money, so you've got like your chakra is full. But I know plenty of poor people that don't have savings that have relationships, so explain that then. Explain to me. So I'm going to show. So I, I had to make a new TikTok because I couldn't log into my. It logged me out. Then I didn't know my TikTok login. I really don't remember how I signed up. I'm presuming I signed up with Facebook or something like that. But it logged me out, like automatically logged me out. And I tried signing in with every variation of email addresses, of Facebook, and it kept saying that account doesn't exist. So it wasn't a password problem, it was an actual username problem, or email problem, or number problem. So I ended up having to create a new account. And so now I've got this new account, and it's got like my Jeremiah art on it. Downloaded on my computer, I've got something called Speakonia, which is where you can copy and paste text and it will read it. You don't even have to paste it, you can just copy it and it'll just read the text off. Or you can type in the speak bit on the Speakonia and then press play and it will just, But I don't like the voices, to be honest. They sound like the Bonzi Buddy voices. Do you remember them? Where you had Talking Buddy and it was really crap. I think I have videos on here where I have something, reading that off from that Speakonia thing. And I definitely have videos in the past of where I've had like this rabbit character talking, or a Santa, or whatever. The dog called Zach. So I decided I'm going to look on the internet for voices to make Jeremiah talk. And I found a really good one. It's quite natural. It doesn't sound too fake or robotic. It's actually the best one I've found. Unfortunately, you can only type so many words, about 500 words in the speak area, which is kind of a pain in the ass. So what I have to do is I have to type 500 words. But if the story is more than 500 words, I literally have to have it read that off. And then I have to pause the video, whether it be the screen record video or if I'm recording with my phone, which I do both. I do phone recordings to upload to the phone, things like TikTok. And I also do a computer one to upload to my other YouTube channel about Jeremiah and shit. So I've got a channel. I've got another channel for that stuff and for my art and things. So I do both. So I have to pause the recording. Luckily it has a pause feature, so you're not stopping the recording, you're just pausing. And then I have to get rid of that. Then I have to type in the next slot. And then I have to download it, apparently. And once it's finished downloading, it'll just automatically read it. So I have to predict when it's nearly ready and quickly press play again on this and the screen record thing. And then, of course, there's a huge gap sometimes. So I'll be in the middle of talking and it'll say like blah, 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 and then huge gap, and then it'll continue. And it's not very good, really. If I could be asked to edit it sometimes. And if I was to edit it so the gap was closed in, the music would just end up being all screwed up at those points. So it's not really very good. And anyway, so I uploaded those videos of Jeremiah talking to TikTok, and I finally got comments, and everyone's like, oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, what the fuck is this? And then someone was like, oh yes, I'm really invested in this story. And then they went, oh, just kidding, what the fuck is this? It's like, I just literally put it in the description what it is. And it's like a reasonable explanation too. It's like, doesn't really leave much to be questioned. It actually literally says this characters is from my book that I'm writing. And I'm just having them talk like they're real or whatever. It's kind of interesting, but oh well. So I actually answered the person's question because I forgot that I put that in the description. And then I said, oh, what am I doing? It's like in the description. Read the fucking description, you idiot. Like I felt like going, duh. I felt like calling them names and going, duh. It's like I literally put it in the description what it is. But I didn't do that. Hopefully what I said will make them realize how stupid and dumb they are anyway. It's like, why ask a question that's actually literally been answered in the description? But you know what that means, don't you? When people say, oh, what the fuck is this? It's basically them saying this is dumb, it's stupid, or whatever, I don't know. It's basically them being insulting. Not really, not knowing. Okay, I'm going to show you the art real quick, and then I'm going to do dinner. So remember this picture? Isn't that lovely? So remember this one. And then we have... So I have to keep doing that and then doing that, which is really annoying. Turning it round. Oh, it's the Stampede Brigade again. Fluffer pups mewing at their father. He's looking down at them. Look at this one. It looks like it's sitting and it's got its paw in the air. How cute is this? How cute is this? Yes, I guess you could make a commission request. I showed you this one. Okay. Okay, this is not correct, is it now? So I did this one because the original picture is supposed to be Fluffer pups. I've done one of the two of them now. There's supposed to be more Fluffer pups in the picture. But I thought this was cute as it was. And there's the one with the two of them again. And they're looking up. Everybody loves the ones of the fluffs. With their back turned to the camera. Aren't they cute? Little paws. Big fluffy paws. That is it for now, I guess. So anyway, I've decided to do it this way. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, you kidding? They've screwed it up. Yeah, I said 2 bright and 1 red. Right. So I've decided to do it this way. So I'll do the drawing on this side. And then when you flip it that way, the next one on this side. And so on. So I'm not going to do it on this like I've been doing it. Like this. On either side of the page. On the other side of the page, I'm going to be doing a different comic. So again, if I flip it the other way, it'll be a different comic, and I could just go duh, 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 like that, and the pictures will be on that side. Instead of having to do it the way I've been doing it, which has been really annoying. It's a better system. Or I could do it like a book and do it this way. So I could do it upright instead. So it'll be page, 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 like that. I could do it like that instead of doing it that, then going like that, and then having to turn it over, because that is a really annoying system. And there's this again. The other newest picture that I did, unfortunately, is downstairs, so I can't show you. But I will show you this again. So the next comic I'm going to be doing is like a continuation of this one. Stop it. Or maybe not. I don't know. I guess I didn't. But I was going to do it where he like came home from work and he just sat on the couch and was like lazy and fat and snacking while his wife is cooking dinner, and then she comes into the living room and says, why are you snacking? I'm literally doing dinner now. It'll be ready any minute, so you shouldn't be snacking. Then he gets really like, you know, pissed off, I guess. So it's that the lazy husband is hovering near his wife while she tries to cook and clean, and he drinks beer, and it basically makes her uncomfortable. because she knows that he's going to probably do something or say something bad to her at some point. But I honestly did do another picture like this one somewhere. How crap is that? I can't. I stopped drawing in this pad because I just couldn't get a decent drawing out of it at all without really scratching into the damn pad. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. I like this picture. I haven't shown this one. I don't even think I have a picture of it. Rails his wife against the sink while choking her. Yes, I love this one very much. I think he's very good. It makes him look taller. And you've got this one where he's lazy and fat on his throne. Isn't that cute? And then we've got a flufferpuffer again. Just like floating in the air, I guess. Flufferpuffer with the big flufferpuffer paws. This. I should that one. I don't think this is anything new in this one. Too bad. Flufferpuffer or fur puffers. Really fluffy looking puffer. And then this one again. This is a favourite of mine. I love this. Him holding a fluff. Holding a fluff. Flufferpuffer or fur puffers. Actually, this one's new. I haven't shown this one. I don't think. I might have done. Not as much. If I have shown them before, it doesn't matter. I'm just showing them to people who haven't seen them before. Or people who just don't remember. Fluffer. Maybe I should do another one where it's holding a flufferpuffer. Oh yeah, I didn't show this one because I didn't like it at the time. Right! Do the book version. Ah, stop. Ugh. Hey, I found the other one. The cute one. Hooray. Used at his father. Holding flufferpuffer puff. Or puffs. Puff, puff, puff. This is very cute, isn't it? And then that one that's kind of new. Isn't his body like really long though? I'm not sure about that. Okay, I'm gonna go now before I get in trouble again because my mum wants to eat early apparently. Flufferpups. I'll draw loads of more flufferpups for next time I do a live stream. See you later.